Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the World Class Basics podcast. I'm joined by some familiar faces. We've got Liam, Mr. PH Nutrition. We've got Mr. Wade, Adam French. And then we've got Mr. Tommy G. Tom Grennan's in the house. What's happening?
Yes. What's going on? I'm glad to be here, man. I've heard a lot about it and I'm happy to be here. Come on.
There we go. We've been buzzing. We've been really excited to get you on. We've been talking about it for ages. We've got to get him on, with the kind of journey you've been on, especially with fitness recently as well. So We're excited. But Tom, before we do anything, we got these quick fire questions, man, and you can't be thinking too long about them. Just go with it, see what you think, okay?
All right, I got you.
Ready?
Ready.
Favorite film?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, straight in there.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's really good.
How do you have your tea? How do you have a cuppa?
I have it with oat milk. I'm that guy now.
Oh, hello. I bet it's the barista one as well, right?
Yeah, it is.
There we go. Jeeves. Yes. No, this is one. Favorite song?
It's an Amy Winehouse song. It's called You Know I'm No Good. I love Amy Winehouse. She's the Queen of England, man. She'll always be the Queen of England.
There we go. Right. How do you eat a Kit Kat?
I just go in straight away. Bang. I don't.
What do you mean?
I don't click and collect, mate. I just go straight in.
You just munch from the top.
Nah.
What a savage you are. You don't even you don't even pull the when you open it, you don't pull the line and just look at it and have a break. And no, you savage.
No, I don't break.
Tom, you eat two fingers at once, just like that, like a bomb.
I just go eat two fingers at once. I'm greedy, man. I've got this little kid in me, this little fat kid that goes, eat everything. Do you know what I mean? And that's I've got a big sweet tooth, so I kind of because I'm not eating chocolate and stuff like that anymore. If I go for a Kit Kat, I wouldn't break it off. I'd be like, bosh. You know what I mean?
All right.
About.
Full send on the Kit Kat. All right. Yeah. Think about this one. Do you wet your toothbrush first, then the toothpaste, or do you put the toothpaste on first, then you wet the toothbrush?
No, I wet the toothpaste on, and then wet it again.
Oh, double wet. Double wet.
Double wet.
Double
dunk, yeah.
On the question.
Don't mess about.
Double dunk. There we go. That's added. Okay. I know this one. What football team do you support?
Man United, of course.
Yeah, come on. There it is.
We're doing good as well at the moment, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
I think football for me, this lockdown has been a blessing, man. Like Saturdays and Sundays, for my mental state, I just need just to watch football and just kind of shut off, and that's my time to kind of just relax. So yeah,
it's a proper switch off, right? Proper switch off as well.
Yeah,
it's not if you're a Spurs fan at the moment.
No,
it don't help. It don't help your mental health at the moment.
You did all right last night, though.
Yeah, against a bunch of amateurs.
Bale looks like he's back. Bale looks like he's looking.
Yeah, he looks decent.
Yeah, he's been all right.
Hang on, we're still going. Do you sit down when you wipe, or do you stand up?
You know what? I sit down, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to stand up, just because I don't know why I did, and I just get itchy arse all the time. I was like, I just need to sit down and wipe.
I'll be honest, I do both. I'm a bit.
Yeah, if I'm in a rush, I'm standing up.
Oh, there we go. Oh, by the way, the boys didn't know that one. I've added that question in. Right. This question's easy. Favorite bold Welshman that you know?
Hello, mate.
Oh, good man. Just checking. Okay. One dream venue that you could play at?
The dream venue is probably Wembley Stadium. Or Old Trafford, man.
I was going to say Old Trafford.
I was going to say that.
Dreams.
Yeah, big time. But I'd really love to play football at Old Trafford. Obviously, I'd love to play music there, but that they do that big soccer aid, and they do it at Old Trafford. So if I get the call up for soccer aid one day, and I walk out the tunnel, I swear down, I'll cry.
So hang on, if I'm not sure if everyone knows, but you're a bit of a tidy football player back in the day, right?
I played like quite a bit. Like I played for Luton, I played for Northampton, and I played for Stevenage. So I was I was an active footballer, and I was decent. And then when I hit like 16, 17, like I didn't get better, and like all the boys from like bigger clubs like Tottenham and Arsenal would come down if they'd been released, and they'd come to like Luton and stuff. And I'd see them, and I'd be like, "These are next levels." Do you know what I mean? These are like players that I thought I was good, but these lot are good. And that's when I realized that I wasn't gonna like become a professional footballer. And I might have done all right, but I was gonna go to America and play because I got offered one of them scholarships to go there, and I got offered to go to North Carolina, and I didn't do it. I just didn't really fancy it. I was like, I've kind of fallen out of love with it a bit, and it took me a while to like get that love back for it, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's lucky you didn't go.
Yeah, lucky I didn't go. Yeah,
because you're doing all right, mate.
And to be honest, the music world definitely suits me better, and I feel like me and music, we never had a relationship when I was younger. Like I'd listen to a bit of music, but I wasn't like fanatic music fan. I still like. I'm not really a fanatic music fan, so do you know what I mean? But me and music met in the middle, and we were like, I was meant to do it, and music was meant to find me too. So, I'm just blessed to be where I am now, man. It's just great.
It's nice, man.
You have to get him part of your five-a-side team, Tom.
Well, to be honest, he was in, but I took him off the list after I saw his performance on Soccer AM.
Yeah.
You know, I always
bottle it.
What
happened? Bottle it when the cameras are on. This is like, I always bottle it because I know that all the boys from home are watching, and I know if I don't perform, I'm getting it in the neck, and I did, and I always don't perform well.
You're like every missed WhatsApp chat is popping off.
Yeah.
We're nearly there. I know we went off on a bit of a tangent there. Where do you keep your chocolate? In the cupboard or the fridge? This is for Adam. He wants to know.
In the fridge.
Oh.
See?
Do you not keep it in the cupboard? Do you keep it in the cupboard?
Yeah, I mean,
mine's in the fridge.
We did a poll. We did a poll on this, and it was about 55% cupboard, 45% fridge. But
it depends what chocolate it is, though. Like if I'm putting like a toffee crisp in the fridge, it ain't working out for you. Do you know what I mean?
You're gonna break your teeth. That's what's gonna happen.
Exactly. So like I would put a certain chocolate in a cupboard or a certain chocolate in a fridge. So I'm 50-50 with that.
We haven't thought about that. That's a very good point. You know, we've got to categorize the chocolates. These two go hand in hand. First off, favorite meal. Like your go-to.
My favorite meal.
Yeah. Go-to.
Is definitely like a sausage and mash.
Sausage and mash, classic. Yeah. There we go.
But I'm not eating meat anymore. So like I'm now on like the Linda McCartney sausages, which are banging.
They're we spoke about it before.
He's back in my good books. He's back finally. We disagree on chocolate, but we agree on Linda's. These two, we did a podcast on this, and I got a lot of heat saying, "Oh, they thought I had shares in Linda McCartney or something." But like, do you know who's got a good range? Obviously, after doing Veganuary, Bird's Eye brought out a really good vegan range, and it's all using like pea protein, and they do like meatballs, burgers, sausages. Amazing, much better than Linda's actually. Sorry, Linda, I've sold my shares. Yeah, and it's because it uses pea protein, whereas a lot of the others use soy, and the soy stuff personally just isn't that good for your gut. So recommended.
Tom, we're trying to get any sponsorship of any form from anyone. So Bird's Eye, Linda, whatever.
Head and Shoulders.
Sausages.
Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders never got back to us. Actually,
you can do it before and after. Alpha caffeine shampoo the before, and you boys down the bottom.
Alpha caffeine.
And then last one, if you don't know it, then we'll stop the pod now. Nando's order. What do you have?
Wrap with a garlic bread, and I have in the wrap I have to have halloumi though, and then I have what do I have?
I saw you had one the other day.
Yeah, beanie. I have them all the time. If I'm at the studio and I've got no phone, I'm like, Nando's it is then. Beanie wrap, garlic bread, and What am I doing? Something else. Can't remember what it is.
Get a bit of slaw.
Nah, don't go. Oh, broccoli. I get broccoli. Get the garlic.
Of course he does.
Didn't even know they did it. Didn't even know they sold it.
But do you know what? It does come a bit soggy though. I'm not really into like soggy vegetables. So like, but I'm just like, if I've got some greens in there, I know that I'm doing something all right, you know.
Then Liam's happy. Yeah,
boy.
Right, there we go. So that should give the listeners a bit of a better idea about yourself. But like I said, one of the main reasons we got you on it, obviously, podcast is a lot about health and fitness and our mindsets and stuff like that. And you've gone on a wicked journey over the last kind of 18 months, 2 years. You'd happily admit that, right? Especially in fitness and through lockdown. And we just wanted to talk to you about it and the kind of what fitness has done for you and how it's helped your mindset. And the boys will jump in with some questions. So basically just hand it over to you and just, if you can, just let the listeners know like where you were 2 or 3 years ago to where you are now.
Yeah. Where I was two years ago, I was in a bad spot. I wasn't exercising. My mental health was all over the shop. And I didn't know where like I was going in my life. I had obviously music going on, but I wasn't happy, and I didn't love myself at all. I didn't like the person I was. That was because I wasn't exercising. I wasn't healthy in my brain, So when I decided to kind of go to the gym for the first time, I went to WIT for the first time. I went to the gyms a few times. I went to like other gyms and stuff, but it just never like interested me. You know what I mean? And then I went and did like CrossFit for the first time, and I was like, this is where I am at. This is like, I'm on this 100%. But so the first lockdown happened, and I feel like my journey with fitness has only been like really solidly a year, because I was in it, but I was kind of also like in and out of it. I would slack. I would make excuses. I would kind of always be like, I was drawn to the bad stuff as well, And it wasn't until like lockdown happened where I fully was like, right, I feel like this is the time now where I need to sort my mental out. And to sort my mental out was to do exercise and to do like these different routines and different drills and different like things, And that's when I started seeing like the benefits and seeing like my mood change. For me, it wasn't about like looking good. It wasn't about like don't get me wrong, it's good to look good, you know what I mean? And I definitely see the improvement. But it wasn't about that for me. It was about like, I was sad. I wasn't right in my head. And when I did a bit of exercise, I was buzzing. It felt like I felt like I'd been on drugs, and I hadn't been. And it was just like this, like my own body kind of releasing all these like endorphins and just I was out of this world. I remember this one workout that I did. Yeah, it was like my first like real EMON. Yeah. And it was hard. Do you know what I mean? But now I've looked back, I'm like, I can do that. Like,
smash that.
Yeah. But like, I remember laying on the floor and I couldn't breathe. Like, I just exhausted my body, and I couldn't breathe. But it was the most like eureka moment for me. It was like I watched myself come out of my body, and I like looked over myself, and I was like, whoa, this is a different feeling. And it was like, honestly, it was like hallucinogenics, mate. It was legs. You know what I mean? But it was like natural.
Everyone's like, what was that workout? I want to do it.
And it wasn't inflicted. It was like, just, this is what your human body is allowing me to do, and it's allowing me to kind of enter these different parts of my brain, and my body had never been worked like that before, and it was sick.
Tom, when you started to do this, did you see any kind of crossover in terms of like productivity and your output from a music point of view? So you said like you're feeling really good. did you see like a crossover and a real kind of change in that side of things?
My work completely changed. I always thought to work, I needed to like to get these songs out. I needed to be like, I don't know, drunk, or I needed to be like in a dark space where like I hated the world, and that's where my music would come from. And that's a load of bullshit. It's like when I kind of started loving myself and loving the headspace I was in, that's where like I was like taking more information in. I was kind of allowing myself to dig deeper into my like, I don't want to sound cliche, but into my soul, and allow myself to like kind of physically take all them bad feelings out. And that's when all these songs were coming from, you know, and honestly, it's completely changed my life. And I don't drink anymore, and I'm like teetotal, and I feel like I'm sober now, and I feel like, and I would never had a problem with it all. Do you know what I mean? But like, I have like times where, I don't know, I've got an addictive personality, and I feel like I've shifted that where it could have gone, where I don't know, it could have gone somewhere, I don't know, but I'm now shifted that into like workouts and fitness and my work. Do you know what I mean? So they come in hand. And to be honest with you, like, I haven't been on stage for however long because of lockdown, and I don't want to be going back to a show and like 50% and I can't, and I'm singing and I'm trying to catch my breath. I want to be going as an athlete. I don't want, do you know what I mean?
That.
Smashing that. That's so good to hear.
Yeah. And I want to be like 110%. People have been waiting for me to do gigs again. And I don't like, I've got to think about them as well as me. And I don't want to be half percent, man. I want to be like full-time, like ledge.
Will you taking your top off more on stage now then?
I'll probably but I'm a vest kind of guy. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
I'm a vest kind of guy. So there'll be vests out, and like
you wait. The six pack, you'll be crowd surfing and everything.
We go. But I'll tell you what though.
Go on, Tom.
There's I do need to like sort out, like, for like, if I want to take the next step, is my diet. And it is like, there's some days that I'm like I have bad days with diet, do you know what I mean? But then other days I'm like good. So it's like balancing it out and trying to like have that one day where I can just binge out and then take it all back. But for me, I've still got that thing where I need to get past it, because if I binge out for a day, I'll binge out for the second day as well. I can't get myself. So it's like finding that balance in the seesaw, you know?
So Tom, just talk through what you're doing at the moment. You said just before we came on, you're not eating meat anymore. And,
no.
You know, so what's the kind of current setup at the moment in terms of like dietary choices? Like, have you just removed meat? Have you removed dairy? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I've removed meat. The reason why I removed meat is because I got so sick on chicken. I got really bad food poisoning, and that like put me off like meat. So, and now I feel like I don't want to eat meat, because I like the thought of meat just makes me a bit but I'm eating fish, so I eat a lot of fish still. But to be honest with you, I'm quite like boring. I'm not like, I get scared when I go into the kitchen. I'm like, should this go with that? Should this go with this? So I'm like an Uncle Ben's rice guy.
Mate, I've seen your IGTV with the salmon and the rice and the veggies. This is it. Keeping it simple. It looks great.
It works for me. Do you know what I mean? And it's like Uncle Ben's rice, fish, veg. I'm like that geezer with fish and a rice cake. That guy. But it's definitely working for me, man. And yeah, me and my missus, like she's in the fitness world, so like she's taught me a lot of like stuff as well, which has been nice. And yeah, it's good.
Do you know what I want to touch up on then when you said about being an athlete on stage? I think that's absolutely amazing. I don't reckon a lot of musicians are thinking about this. Like, because I've watched some of your virtual shows now, and you get about. Like, you're
I'm a
moving, you're
mover.
dancing,
I'm a mover,
you know?
100%. Yeah.
So it's going to allow you, like you said, to just perform at the highest level for a long time, and you know your fans are just going to just love that instead of just having to leave for 20 minutes because you're gassed. You know, I think it's
exactly. Like, you know? before like before this fitness, I remember being on stage like at one show. It was just like before lockdown, and honestly, I was like, I had to like bend over and I felt like Elvis Presley or something, like, you know, having a cheeseburger before a show, and that's how I would be. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't the one, man. And like, it works for some people. Like some people can go on a session and do it or eat like whatever they want and whatnot. But for me, it doesn't work for me, and I've realized that it doesn't work for me. And this is what does work for me, and I finally found it. And to be honest with you, like with like going to the gym and fitness, I never thought I'd find it. I never thought I'd find that rhythm of it, you know?
Yeah.
But I found it, and I found like great friends for it as well, you know, like yourselves and like other people. And I feel like
I was going to say that the community thing, right, Tom?
Yeah, 100%. The community for me was the most important thing. I'm a people's person, but like I walked into that gym and I walked into like that environment, and I feel like, Tom, you know this. I was a sad boy, innit? I was a sad boy, and a lot of people saw that, and a lot of people like lifted me up, and yeah, man, it makes me emotional talking about it because it's fucking cool, you know.
The difference. It's funny you say that. The first time I met you, when you came in with Bobby, and you got melted on the bike, and you said that you were quiet, man. You were quiet and you were a bit in your shell. And the difference a couple months down when we opened up again, you were in with, dude, you were around the place flying. We were working out, crushing it, and just a different Tom that was from day one, week one at WIT to day whatever it was the second time. Sure. It was unreal, bro. Like to see, and you could just see how confident and how happy you were in that period of time. It's sensational.
Yeah. And like, even now, like through lockdown, obviously the gyms haven't been done, but like I've got equipment in my house, and I make sure that I'm doing it still, and I'm not like letting myself fall into like just bad ways again and bad habits. And I've always got my eye on the prize, and I feel like through getting fit and through working out, it gives you that kind of feeling of eye on the prize. You feel like you can do anything when you've done a big old workout and you're there and you're like, whoa, this is ledge, and I can now complete the whole day, and I can do it with positiveness about it, you know?
Yeah, amazing. One journey I did enjoy, two journeys actually, it was your handstand walk journey, but to tell everyone what happened with the ladder in the garden, bro, that was hilarious, man.
The ladder in the garden was just stupid times. You on about when I fell off the ladder?
When you fell off the ladder, you were like, at this moment I knew I fucked up.
Yeah. I was trying to do some stupid TikTok thing, and like it just didn't work out for me, and I nearly broke my neck. Honestly, I nearly broke my neck. You heard it just go.
It was a hell of a fall, man. It was a hell of a fall,
man. It was.
So you were trying to do handstand walking over a ladder on the floor?
No. I was trying to walk over the ladder. There was this TikTok thing where it looked like you could walk on water, right? And I didn't know like how to use TikTok properly. So I could have just put it on the floor and it looked like I was walking on water. But I thought you'd have to like raise yourself up. So I was like, how do they do this? So I was like, I might as well like put a ladder there and see if it works like that. And it didn't work at all. I went flying.
With the handstand walking, that was a cool journey though. Walking around the handstand, I love that.
Handstand, like the muscle ups.
It's just different challenges, right? It's very challenging.
Yeah. And like you just remember like, I couldn't do that at one point, and I didn't think I'd be able to do it either. And then when you do it, you're like, oh my gosh, I can do it. And anybody can do it if they put their mind to it, you know? So yeah.
I love that.
It's a journey. I'm still on the journey. I'm still on a big old journey with it. Like I'm only like 5% there. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is a long journey, and I feel like I'll be always on the journey like everybody else is, you know. So I just want to be able to move when I'm older, and I just want to be able to, like, I don't know. I'm 25 now. I'm still young, but this is the time that counts to the later years, you know. And I don't want to be like an old geezer with like a kid who can't move and is out of breath. And do you know what I mean? Fuck that.
Yeah. How do you think when you go back into like touring and stuff, are you going to take your own equipment and try and keep it going when you're like, you know, you're on the road, and this is, you know, definitely something that you can see yourself kind of carrying forward, even when stuff gets busy?
For sure, 100%. I've already like put that into like my touring like days. So,
Nice.
I'm gonna have like someone hopefully with me if I can, and I want to find like gyms. I want to go and experience different gyms. I want to go experience like how like other countries do fitness, you know, and it's to be doing it on tour. Like for me, like tours have always been quite like you sleep through. For me, I slept through the day, woke up at like 5, woke up, got a shower, on stage, get off stage, have a bit of a party, go to bed at like 3, sleep throughout the day, and repeat. And then you just burn out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I'm on tour this time, it's going to be a whole different experience. And I want to go, like I say, I want to go to different gyms. I want to meet different people. I want to see how people do their workouts, and I want to join in. And like I say, it's a community, man. And I've definitely seen in the CrossFit world, like how many countries are on it, and how many like different like people there are who do it. And I just can't wait to meet people and do it with them. It would be fun.
I think we're all desperate for that, aren't we?
I mean, you can go to CrossFit gyms all around the world, and they will just let you in. They're so open arms, like America especially. They just.
Well, this is it. Like I'm going on tour in America. I'm meant to be touring America next year. I was meant to this year, but next year. So like, I'm gonna make sure that every state that I go to, I'll go and check the CrossFit gyms out. And
Wicked, man.
I watch Buttery Bros, innit? And there's so many gyms.
Exactly.
And like, I can't wait. It'll be late.
You can get like t-shirts in every gym. I've done the States before and gone around all the different CrossFit gyms, and rather than saying like, here's $10 to come in, they're like, just buy one of our t-shirts and you can come and train for free, and they're like $20 or something. But then you come back with 10 or 15 different t-shirts from all these gyms, and
see exactly that stuff. I love that.
Brilliant. And even though they're all doing the same methodology of CrossFit, they all do it in their own different way.
Yeah.
So they all have their own sort of spin on it, and it's brilliant. It's so good.
Or you could go next level. You've seen what The Rock does. The Rock's got his own fully functioning portable gym that goes. Have you seen that thing?
What, The Rock? Yeah, I've seen
it. It calls it the Iron Paradise. And I kept on, when I first come on the scene, I kept on looking like, how's he setting this up? No, it's huge. It's like a full-on 24-hour fitness, and it just follows him around the world. It's insane.
What, is it a bus? Like a coach?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like The Rock is just clanging and banging tin every day. Like, just
mad.
He's actually on next week, isn't he? The Rock on this podcast.
Yeah, he's on next. Have you got any messages, yeah. So Tom, give us a little insight. This, because it's opening back up again. This is great. You're everywhere right now, right? And things are moving. You're on the Graham Norton show last week. You've been on Soccer. You got 2 songs currently. Were they 1 and 2 this morning on the songs in the iTunes chart?
1 and 2 in the iTunes charts, yeah. And I've got 2 songs that are like, I think, in the top 30.
Yeah.
So there we go. They're moving. They just keep growing. It's good to see. And like, I've got my album coming out on the 12th of March that everyone can pre-order now.
Yes.
And hopefully, I'm looking like for the number 1, and that's what I hope for. And to be honest with you, I just can't wait to get this album out. It's an album it's called Every Road. It's all about a past breakup, but it's not like a breakup album where it's like, feel sorry for me because she did this. It's actually me holding my hands up and saying I messed up. I like was a toxic one in a relationship. I let loads of things get in the way, like going out, ego get in the way. I wasn't in love with myself, like I've already spoken about, and I couldn't love anybody else before loving myself. So I needed to find that. So this album's all like, it's a sorry letter, it's a thank you letter, and it's the story of love, heartbreak, and redemption. So I've had that weight on my shoulders for a minute. I've had it for a while, so I can't wait for it to be out there and I can finally move on with that part of my life and let them songs mean something to different people and I just hope people love it. So yeah, it feels good at the moment and I do feel like things are finally like happening. But again, this goes back to me like with this fitness stuff and with me like my mental change and my mental shift and that positive energy. Like I'm putting this into the world and things are happening. Yeah. And I really do believe like when you like this is why like I'd be scared to like stop all this stuff because if I don't do this, then I think other things will start falling apart as well. So I need to keep it on this road for other things to go well, and that's just me like and my positivity and my just being a good human, man. You need to be.
Yeah, love that, man.
Guys,
go on. I was going to say you've got Ali Pally coming up, right? Ali Pally. Come on, now.
I've got tickets. I'm there, mate. Me and my missus. We're leaving Finn at home, mate. We are going all in TG.
Yes, mate. Legend.
With the parents. So, mate, we're locked in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, September, Ali Pally. It's going to be a big show, man. And like, finally, we've got some hope. We've got the green light. We've got the like, you can play a show. Now we've got obviously that's hopeful. Like, we'll see. But like we were saying. These rapid tests, I've been having rapid tests every other day when I need to do something. And you get your result back in 5-10 minutes. So if they can do that with this amount of people, it might mean like lining up for a little bit longer. But I think if people can have an distance social, whatever it is, what is it called? Unsocially distanced.
Socially distanced or unsocially distanced?
Unsocially distanced.
Unsocially, yeah. Come and give me a fucking hug.
Yeah, basically. I think people will definitely line up for that extra 5 or 10 minutes, you know?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
It's either that or you have to watch it on the TV with popcorn in your belly button. Come on now.
We know more than that. Lads, I don't know about you, but like it's just so refreshing to hear Tom talk about like fitness in a really positive way. You know, sometimes we talked about it before where training and exercise and all of this can become a stress and kind of people worry about training and they, worry about nutrition. But everything you said, bud, it's just like, I love it. You approach it in the right way and you're reaping the rewards. Like it's transferring across to, all aspects of your life. And it's just a really refreshing way to be like people, to hear him just be like, everything is good. I love it. I want to do it. And it's just a really nice way. Everything's moving towards something. Everything's going forward, and that's a really nice, refreshing way. And I think, people that do get a little bit stressed about training, and then nutrition and all of this, type of things that maybe they've been in the fitness world for longer. Sometimes we can get a little bit kind of, put too much pressure on ourselves. So it's just wicked, mate. It's wicked, mate, to hear.
Nice
so good, mate. It's so good to hear. And like, look, you're absolutely crushing it. But that's, that's your doing. You put the work in. So happy days, bud. Can't wait to see what's happening over the next few months.
It's big. It's big.
It's big.
We're going. Adam, anything? Any surfing questions you want to give Tom?
He's got a bit of a surfing vibe actually, so I like it.
I was going to say, man.
I was going to say, are you a surfer? Yeah.
On Tuesdays only. I tried to be.
Have you got one of them? Have you got one of them surfboards that they look sick?
A foil? No, I haven't. No. That's next level. It's not quite we haven't got the swell really that in the UK to do that. You have to have quite big swells to allow the foil. But yeah, I get a lot of.
You live near the beach, yeah?
Yeah, I live in Cornwall, so about 2 minutes from the beach. So it's all good. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to coming down.
Are you allowed to like do that through lockdown and that?
You are allowed to do it locally, yeah, but they are clamping down on people like going. I can't go to the North Coast, for example. They just said you can't go, but end of the day, you're in the sea. You're socially
distanced. Do they do rock climbing there?
They do on the north, like coastering. Yeah, they do on the North Coast.
That's what I can't wait for getting back as well. Like I was like getting really, really into like rock climbing and bouldering and that. So when that all gets opened up again,
yeah, bouldering is so much fun.
Oh, mate,
well, when you're in the States as well, you have to go, obviously, Yosemite, It's like the home of rock climbing in the States. There's some brilliant mountain ranges there to climb.
Yeah. So when that opens up again, I'll be buzzing too. Because that was like my Sunday routine, going rock climbing.
I remember that. You went bouldering. Yeah.
Me and my brother would do it every weekend. Like my brother's wicked at it. He's skinny, got the physique for it, and just really long.
Like Spider-Man up there.
Yeah.
You have a serious strength though, don't you, to rock climb? It's not like
strength. I would just be using all arms, where it's a lot of legs though. You got to lose your legs a lot. You know what I mean? So
it's an Olympic sport now, isn't it? Rock climbing.
Is it?
Have you seen the guys? Yeah, it's one of the new Olympic sports. Surfing is one of them, and skateboarding. But
and breakdancing.
They're clanger in there. But they literally can. You want to just Google like Red Bull like rock climbing. They literally run up a wall. It's freaky, scary watching them do it. It's like because basically they learn the route they're going to take. So it's all predetermined. But then watch them climb the rocks is literally mental. They're crazy.
You seen that documentary? Yeah.
I haven't. No, I've heard about it.
Guy, it's called Free Solo.
Yeah.
Oh, so many people have told me about this.
I haven't seen that.
Mate, it's so next level. Like
it's like proper anxiety watch now, right? You don't watch it in the evening, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but like this guy is mad. What are you doing? What are you doing? But like, it just shows you what the human body can do. Do you know what I mean? And what your like mental state can do if you like really, really like relax and put yourself in like just there, and you're there,
tunnel vision,
and
right?
there's tunnel vision, and nobody else is around you, and nothing can stop you from doing something. You will do it, which is sick.
Hey, legend. Hey, firstly, Tom, do you want to say a massive thank you?
Thanks for having me. I've really enjoyed this, man.
Listening to you talk then, and it's just so positive. And I hope people listening understand, like, one of the things he said was, I wasn't doing it for my body, like for a picture to be taken. It was purely to out of enjoyment and to have a positive vibe and the good endorphins and everything else. Tom's body has transformed, yes, and he looks fantastic. But all that was second to, he wanted to change his mindset and how he was going about life. And so if you are trying to go on the fitness journey now, or you're kind of in and out of it, just think about that. Don't worry about what you look like in the mirror for now. Reach out to a community, reach out to people and get training. And don't really worry about, oh my God, I can't do this or I can't do that. Just try, because you'll start getting, in a good way, addicted to it. And look what happens when you do. It's just sensational. And
eat your Lindas as well. Eat your Linda sausages.
Eat your Lindas, mate. All birds eye now.
Mate, I think we're all looking forward to seeing you, man. Ali Pali, I can't wait for that. And
nice one, boys. I appreciate it, man.
And next time you're on Soccer AM, hit the crossbar, yeah?
Yeah. Hit the ball. Hit the ball.
Guys, remember, any questions, info@worldclassbasics.com. We'll be on next week. We got a couple of guests lined up, but we're not going to drop it yet. And remember, Tom has his Kit Kat without even breathing.
Wallop, straight.
Wallop. Legend, guys. Have a beautiful day.